Okay, here we are. And more of our sisters are coming in to the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. We're talking about summer camp, summer camp, summer camp. Oh, you know, I've got a fun video for you coming up. Yes, I do. So who remembers summer camp or some part of summer? Maybe just thinking about how much, didn't we love summer growing up? Gosh, we're out of school. We're like free. What do you remember that you loved about summer or summer camp? Elizabeth, welcome. Glad you're here as well. Sheila's here, Jill's here, Stephanie's here, Kathleen's here. More of our sisters are coming. Yeah. What do you remember? Maybe you can see the eyes, your summer or summer camp through your kids, your grandkids, your nephews, nieces, maybe even yourself remembering summer camp. Let's jump in. What did you love about summer camp? Yeah, Jill, please.
Cookouts.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, cookouts. And now I married somebody who he does all the cooking, and he even barbecues in the rain. I have a picture of him with an umbrella, and he's committed. So, yeah.
We love that.
So,
kisses, huh?
Yes.
I love that. Awesome. Good. Thank you. What else do you remember about summer or summer camp? You know, or just summer in general, right? We're suspending reality here, ladies.
Yeah. So I grew up on the river, the Missouri River. So summer to me is always the water. So it's boating, water skiing, laying at the beach, whatever it is. So that is summer.
Really good. Yeah. Thank you. Stephanie, how about you or Liz and Elizabeth? Yeah.
I just remember loving to go swimming outside. You know, being in Illinois, it's so hard because you have only a few months that you can be outside and enjoy the pool. So that was always my favorite part.
Yep. Stephanie, you and I are both Illinois babes. Yes, I remember the same thing about like, oh my gosh, we're outside. This is the most unbelievable thing in the world, you know, and just that feeling of exhilaration and freedom and going to camp and the separation anxiety, but yet the freedom on the other side of like, oh my God, I can be whoever I want to in camp. You know, it's like, wow. So let's jump in.
You went to camp.
Oh, pretty much every year growing up. It was my parents' therapy when we went there.
Yes, we're sending our kids to camp at the end of the month. It's just 5 glorious days of just wow. We are going to a spa.
No. All right, Jill, we're going to have a road trip. We're going to meet you there. How's that? That sounds wonderful.
Actually trade you. Yeah, I can take my husband and come over with me.
There you go. There you go. Well, good. So thank you. So getting into that summer camp mindset, let me share a couple slides and then we're going to get the opportunity to rewind, take a little break for a moment. But really, I promise you, you're going to learn some things that maybe you've forgotten and some things that are going to apply to you, because everything we talk about all the time is, how do I apply this? How do I make this so that I can apply it to my daily work, my daily life, all of this? So, you know, we're all about practical application, but we got to have a little fun, right? Okay, good. So jumping in, I want to share with you that, you know, you remember summer camp, sitting around the fire, or, you know, just being outdoors was so great. And of course, I'm Kathleen Caldwell, founder of the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. We're not going to get into that, but, you know, I'm so delighted to be here with you. And the lasting effect of summer camp, you know, or summer, put in whatever you like. Remember the days like in the summer, no cares, no woes behind this point. It's like, listen, freedom is over here. And that lingering, I know as an adult, I've forgotten about that. Hence why we're doing this program. You know, it's like, I thought, what could I use? And what could the world use in this moment as a conversation about remembering back to the time? And you see my little graphic here on the bottom right. You know, when we went to summer camp, we got to try new things, do new things, have new experiences, maybe try on a new little superhero type of persona. Well, maybe it's been a little time since we've done that. And, you know, continuing on, remember summer camp. If you went to summer camp, you know, and you went to an all girls summer camp, I did all of my years, was generally Girl Scouts and Brownies, like this freedom of being with your tribe, being with your sisters, having fun, being outdoors, just like, whoa, everything about it. Taking bike rides. I don't know if you all remember or you were part of taking bike rides where literally we would leave the house, my siblings and I had 3 siblings. We would all leave the house at like 8 o'clock, I think, and we wouldn't come back home until like 4 in the afternoon. My mother would pack a lunch for us. We'd get all the kids in the neighborhood together and we would go out and ride and ride and ride and ride, explore, do things. And then when we heard my father whistle, he had this tremendously loud whistle throughout the neighborhood. When we heard him whistle, we knew that was time to come home because there were no iPhones then. And we didn't even wear a watch. Why would you wear a watch if you're outside? So, you know, that sense of freedom and fun and exploration and being with your tribe. Yes. And at camp, I do remember the s'mores, how delicious those were too. And so remembering summer camp, I want to give us a little experience here to remember something that you may have experienced, but maybe it's a little while. So here we go. How nice. So that nice, did you all enjoy the fire? I hope you did. Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah. So remembering back, you know, the power of our sensory overload. Remember as a kid, like everything, we were so alive as kids, you know, everything that we saw, like you'd see fireflies, you put them in a jar and it was like, oh, this wonderment, remember, you know, or the taste of a s'more, it would be like, oh my gosh, you know, hot dogs that were burned on the fire, you know, didn't matter. Everything was so awesome. And so what I'd love to do is let's take a moment just to give you a little lunch break for a moment or a little break, just a few minutes to sit back, relax. And I want you to remember some things about you, maybe some things about you. And again, we're going to use this with business application. This all has a purpose here, but sit back and just remember a time. Are you up for this? Up for this? Yeah, thank you. And I know that Elizabeth, I hope you're not driving or operating any heavy machinery or cranes or anything like that. Okay. We don't want that. Okay. Because you may get a little relaxed. So may I invite you just to sit back in your chair and to the degree you'd like to, just maybe close your eyes or just rest your eyes and just breathe. Take a moment to breathe. And how beautiful it is. Imagine that we're sitting around a campfire. Sisters, friends, colleagues, just sitting around the campfire, taking a moment to relax. And knowing that, you know, the email messages, the phone calls, whatever else you have to do for the next just couple minutes, just let those relax for a moment. Okay. Everything will be fine if you take a couple minutes of a break. Okay. In fact, you'll be better if you take a little break. Okay. So thank you. And I invite you to use your powerful minds and remember back to a time when you were younger, going back. Maybe you were a little younger or a little younger, a time that you remember, a time in summer, a time in summer. And the first thing you think of is the thing to go with, remembering a time in summer that you loved, a time in summer that you loved. And when you're there, give me a little nod so I know you're there. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, great. Nice. Yeah. So using your mind just to allow yourself to be back in that place in summer. And just immerse yourself in it. Use your minds to smell what you're smelling now. Smell what you're smelling, maybe the outdoors, the fire, or the trees, or the beach. Smelling even the wind. The wind has got a great smell to it. Smelling everything you want to smell. And using all of your senses to feel the feelings. Feel the feeling of perhaps the wind on your skin, the sun on your face. Maybe even kind of the sweat on your neck because you're running around having a great time. Feel all of it. And just remember what was true for you then. What was true for you then. There was a belief you had about you. A belief like, wow, I can do anything. I love life. This is fun. Anything's possible. That's right. And there's the truth about you from a young age, what you knew about yourself. And then there's a word or a phrase that comes to mind. Just give me a little nod. What's true about you? And the nice thing is, don't overthink it. Remember the truth about you. Oh, I'm such a fun person. I'm a loving person. I love life. I love having fun. I'm a good friend. I'm a caring person. I'm a smart student. Remembering the truth about you. And just use your powerful mind. I invite you to feel the feelings that go along with the truth. Feel the feelings. Notice in your body where you're feeling it. You might even put your hands to maybe your heart center or to your stomach or wherever you feel the feeling of the truth about you. That fun part of you, that wise part of you, that just silly part of you. Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's right. And this is the truth about you. The truth. Your young self is reminding you the truth about you. And maybe along the way, through life's ups and downs, ins and outs, triumphs, turmoils, challenges, maybe you've forgotten the truth. And that's okay. Okay. Maybe others along the way have challenged your truth. Maybe you've heard things along the way or even thought, well, maybe I'm not that smart. Maybe I'm not that pretty. Maybe I'm not that talented. That is not the truth. You know the truth. You know the truth. So I just invite you as we complete our time together to feel the feeling again. Notice the essence, kind of the knowing of what is the truth about you. What's the truth? You knew the truth sitting around the campfire. You knew the truth when you were young. And it's time to now remember the truth about you. You are successful. You are happy. You are smart. You are beautiful. And you are loved and cared for in this world. That's the truth. You're so needed. You're so wanted. And you're so loved. So in a moment, we'll come back to the room, feeling refreshed and alert with lots and lots of energy, feeling really good in every way, remembering the truth. So I'll count up to 3. And when we reach 3, come on back to the room, remembering the truth, a word or a phrase, a word or a phrase, just to capture that word or phrase, which is the truth about you. Okay. So 1, moving up to 2, starting to feel your toes and your fingers. Oh, maybe taking a nice deep breath in. 2, moving up to 3. And when you're ready, 3, coming back to the room, remembering the word or phrase, the truth about you, the truth about you. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. Yeah. So if you'd like to, just take a moment and write down. If you want to write down your experience, that's great. And the most important thing is the word or the phrase. What's the truth about you? Generally, like an I am statement. I am this. Maybe write it down. You can put a little crackling fire back on too if you want that. Yeah. Notice how, I would just describe it, is delicious. Notice how the energy is. We're in Pittsburgh, McHenry County, Illinois, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and then we're going to be out in the world. We never know. Like, notice how the energy in our Zoom room is so cool, right? Really nice. That's you, sisters. That's you. That's this. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you remember that's the truth about you? What's the truth? Okay. Could I share quickly? Yeah. I just got this in the moment with each of you. I forgot, and I'm now remembering, and I'm claiming that I am wonderful. I'm wonderful.
Mhm.
I forgot it. I'm wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I forgot. Thank you for helping me remember. Wonderful. Yes. How about you? Sheila, you were leaning in, I could tell.
I don't have an I am statement, but what came up was that sense of owning your own time. Like during the summer, there wasn't structure, there was, not being stifled or feeling boxed in. And that sense of freedom to me is delicious. So and probably being super creative, right? I don't like a lot of structure. I know I need it. I know it's helpful, but it stresses me out.
So freedom to create.
Yeah, owning my own time, I think, is the main thing, right? Owning
my own time. Love it. Love it. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. That is great. Awesome. Good. Jill, Stephanie, what do you remember is the truth about you?
I did an I am statement.
Great.
And I didn't realize this. It was the one time that my family ever came together and did anything as a family. And it was a cookout at my godfather's house. He had a huge house, and he was the master of the grill, and my dad would be there with him. And I remember him asking me how I liked my hamburgers and my hot dogs, and he would continue to ask me. And I just thought that was the nicest thing. And that was like me being 8 or 9 years old. So I am predisposed to love and be loved so deeply. And I haven't met many people like that, except my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's, I guess, around the same age that I was at this barbecue. So this is really kind of very, what is it, providence that this is coming out right now, so I'm a love sponge. I love to be loved, and I love to give love. I have so much love for this world, and genuine, no BS. And it doesn't always come across that way. My students think that they're like, Dr. Jill, the first few classes, we think you're scary, but then you end up not being you end up being really you're like a mom. And that's like the nicest compliment somebody can give me. So yeah, I love. And yeah, I'm love.
Awesome. Awesome. And we're just delighted to fill you up with lots of owning your time, Sheila, and being a love sponge to Jill. We're just like loving you up. That's awesome. Great. Claiming it. I love this. This is great. This is great. Good. Stephanie, insights, experience, anything that you'd like to share? There's no requirement to do it at all, of course. Yeah.
Basically, I just remember always being active and outside. Like now, I feel like I don't spend a lot of time outside, even though I enjoy it. But it's always like, oh, I got to weed the flower bed, or I have to do this, have to do that. It's nothing fun like riding a bike, or I used to have these little roller skates that I would skate around our driveway. And I just was always so active and always outdoors. And I think I really need to get back to spending more time outside and enjoying the weather. And we live in the country, so we have a lot of trees, we have a big yard, and I should learn to enjoy that instead of always thinking I have to do all these little projects. Or maybe I could enjoy just being in the project, or weeding the garden, or I guess just things like that, like spending time outside and being active.
Beautiful. Especially with your little grandchild, your granddaughter, who's
Yep.
6, right? And, wow, that's really awesome. That's really awesome. Great, great, revelation. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You are an outdoor girl. Okay. And you were built for outdoor fun. So there we go. Yeah. Yes. And notice, sisters, Stephanie, I don't want to embarrass you, but maybe a little bit here. Notice how does Stephanie not look now? You look so young and you look so vibrant through the Zoom screen, just through this. And she's a grandma.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Great. Good. So remembering this experience and remembering, and I'm going to pop on a couple slides just to continue the conversation here, you know, remembering that whatever it is for you to remember, it's the campfire, it's the being outside. We'll go back to this. It was so awesome. You know, just on YouTube, this little video. I was playing it all morning, just enjoying it. With the little sounds of the owls and the grasshoppers and everything outside. So yeah, yeah. And so, you know, I'm also curious for each of us is remembering what we were a yes to. What were you a yes to in your life? And seems as though at a young age, we're kind of a yes to everything. You know, we are like, we're open to life. We are an open book. We're like, do you want to try this? Sure. You know, are you open for this? Sure. You know, we were more open to possibilities. And also remember back when we were younger, had a lot of dreams. We had dreams and hopes and wishes, and we had superpowers that we were just natural to us. And we were living these great dreams, you know, owning our own time, doing what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it. We were a love sponge. We were enjoying outside. And, you know, we were shining our light in our success. Remember our beautiful vision board? Well, we didn't need a doggone vision board when we were kids because we were just doing it, right? We were dreaming in our heads. We were taking the time for dreaming. And so the truth about each of you, I just want us to think that really it's rooted in love. It's rooted in love. The truth about us is rooted in love. And I am remembering claiming like I am this, I am that, and figuring it out along the way. And I'm going to just pause here for a moment because I want to share this screen here. But remembering that these were all the things that you knew, I tell you, I was just thinking about each of you, knowing whomever was coming into our short time together and our circle, our little campfire circle, summer circle. I just was thinking, who are these women? Well, they're brilliant, they're strong, they're smart, they're talented, they're committed, they're unstoppable, carefree, passionate, caring, loving, kind, fun, wonderful, hello, creative. They're good listeners and they're listening in life, and they are a great ... mother, grandmother, aunt, sister, colleague, friend, daughter, you know, on and on and on, unconditionally loving grandma, whomever, you know. And so just curious, I'm going to stop here for a moment. And when you're thinking about yourself, I want to go back and just do a little share here and optimize our screen so we can see each other. You know, which are there words here on this little chart? And it kind of looks like a little Jeopardy screen, I guess, you know, or is that Jeopardy, or is that, I'm trying to think of the show it would be on. Anyway, flipping behind the word, which of these words, pick out a couple words, maybe pick out 2 words, 1 word, 3 words, whatever works for you. And I just wondering, like, thinking about where you are in your life right now, what can you remember about yourself that's going to help you and guide you and inspire you now? Like the truth about who you really are, starting when you were a kid to who you are now that maybe you've forgotten about. What are the the 3 words? We could just pick out 3. Pick out 3. I love things in 3s. I can remember 3s. Yes, pick out 3 words that really resonate with you now, that you go, you know what? My work is challenging. My life is challenging in this area. I'm not feeling very successful in this one area, but I can bring these 3 things in that will inspire me to feel more successful, be more successful, and have more control of my time, to own more of my time, to be more of a love sponge, and to be a lover of all things outdoors and the freedom outdoors. Okay, I'm going to pause and get your voices in here. Yeah. What are your thoughts about this? 3 words. Clearly, I've already declared wonderful.
Well, the 3 that like stuck out to me were committed, creative, and caring.
Ooh, wonderful. Your 3 C's, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Creative, caring, creative. I'm sorry, tell me again. Committed?
Committed, creative, and caring.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. And I'm just wondering, when you're being those things, committed, creative, and caring, does that give you a little bit different perspective on life? Because you're dealing with lawyers in the legal field and all of this, and we're all dealing with all kinds of things. Very smart people, very challenging situations, very adversarial times. You know, are you kind of like switching to the other side of our brain here is, how do you think that might impact your work when you're being committed, creative, and caring?
Well, since we deal with family law, so it's
Mhm.
divorce and parentage and things, definitely caring comes into it, because sometimes if people are going through a hard time, they just want to call and talk. Like they're not asking really for legal advice or anything like that. They just need someone to listen. So I think that really helps with this type of work that I'm in now. And then committed, I've been with Liz's office for 8 years, and she started her own firm 6 years ago. So, I'm in it for the long haul. We have ups and downs, but it's been wonderful. And then my creative side, I actually went to school for art. I wanted to go into like advertising art and things like that. So creative, that's more, I guess I try to do in my personal life. I love to take pictures. I love to like color and draw. And things like that. I mean, even making spreadsheets for work for me is a little creative. It's in a weird way, but I try to bring that into my work too.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Sparkle fingers for you and happy. Wow. Stephanie, way to go. I am so inspired. So inspired because by bringing a commitment, a renewed commitment, renewed creativity, and renewed caring, holy smokes, we don't know how people's lives will be changed. But most importantly, in this moment, taking a refresh, a new summer recess kind of view to everything that you're doing. Awesome. Fantastic. Good. How are you, what are you experiencing about yourself? And we'll come over to Jill in a moment here. How are you, like, if we talk about where we were at the top of the hour to now, what has anything changed for you? Like your perspective or thoughts on things?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more positive and and feeling like I, can be more active and, get outside more and, just take care of myself better. I need to start thinking of myself sometimes, I think.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. And, I can relate 100% to what you're saying is, a shift in perspective of, for me, specifically feeling wonderful is how when I go outside, instead of me like, okay, I want to water the grass and pull the weeds, which I think sometimes has in the past been kind of like a chore. Now I get this great privilege to go. I've reframed my mindset to say, when I get to go outside, it means freedom for me. It means being back to a kid again and loving the awesomeness of this beautiful Midwestern grass and this beautiful Midwestern, just all the vibe, the beautiful environment I get to live in. So I get to, instead of I must or I have to, Yeah. So there
Yeah.
we go. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Jill, how about you? Your 3 words, girl.
Well, I already said loving, so I'm going to add creative, fun, and unstoppable.
All right. Woohoo. I am so grateful to each of you because literally I knew I was in my zone because I literally said, okay, what are the attributes of the women who are going to be watching this, participating? It's like, blip, 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 blip. I was like, zone right there. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you see, Jill,
Mhm.
with your already loving way about you, you're
Mhm.
adding some focus on creativity, fun, and being unstoppable. How do you think that will impact your life right now?
Well, I'm craving it. And the fact that I'm craving it and have come back to it reminds me that I'm unstoppable and resilient. And, I've taken a lot of punches over the years. And for being a kid, it was not, it built me who I am today. So that was a different experience that made me very resilient. So I will never regret my journey because it has also made me resourceful. I had to make choices to come up with quick solutions to navigate. And, but I was, fear and fun cannot coexist. And I'm like, well, fear sucks. So I wanted to have some fun. So
Yeah.
I would go and be naughty and not get caught. So, right. And sometimes I would get caught though. And I never hurt anybody. It's just, few mailboxes here and there, but it was the 80s and 70s. So, but yeah, so I guess that translates into now. Is that where you're headed? Like
Yeah.
innovative, resourceful in terms of perception. I have to redirect. And that also comes to the unstoppable part and resilience. But enjoyable, I'm longing to have fun. That is where I think I want to add here. I'm a great, I don't know, I don't think there is a noun for this or an adjective, but I'm a great authentic. I'm authentic.
Yeah. Excellent.
I don't know what because this is creative listening. I guess yeah.
Well, I would say real.
Yes. Real.
And how often do we find real people in the world, right?
Yeah. Real as I see fit in the moment.
Yeah.
But in this space, it's safe and it's a safe space to be real and that's wonderful. And that is what's wonderful. And that's why I can enjoy everybody else is because it's safe. And I can enjoy all of you who are all these other things that I'm craving.
Thank you, Jill. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So as we complete our time, I think got some internet stuff going on here. I think there's some storms, but anyway, yeah. So remembering the three things that are most important to you in, maybe even write them down, put them on a sticky note. And if you're not feeling those things, it's like a question of, okay, how can I get myself back into that space? Those three things: committed, creative, and caring; loving, creative, fun, and unstoppable, wonderful, whatever it is. Yeah, yes. And so as we complete, I always like to remember our sweet little self. These are little pictures of me when I was like a little one at my christening. And then my little one, I think I was about 4, my high school graduation, over permed, over colored hair, feeling crazy there. And then now as an adult, remembering all of the essence of who I am, I express it now by being a Zumba instructor, getting out there and being so darn silly, and don't care if people laugh, just let's laugh together, being out there creative and being seen. And then, of course, like right now, getting out and doing videos and going out and speaking and just connecting with people, loving life, being wonderful. So I encourage each of you, what's that little part of you that's crying to say, oh, I want out, let me out, let me try something a little different. Let me get back to my roots of who I truly am. And so that's, but you know what, as we complete, what I find is that what it's going to take is we got to step out of our comfort zone a little bit. And that's where the truth, where who I really am is outside of the daily routine. And so loving you, loving yourself really is the key to this whole thing. Unconditionally loving yourself with unconditional regard and letting your brilliance out. And of course, just do one thing. We can't do 15 things at once, but we just do one thing. Do just one thing. And so remembering the unstoppable, committed you is such a powerful, powerful part of you. And I love this quote. And Stephanie, if you would like to read this, I want to get your voice in here if you would like to do that. I want to hear your beautiful voice.
Okay. I am committed because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. I love that.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm committed to whatever I'm committed to. I'm committed to, that's your first word here, of course. Yeah. To being creative and being caring, because the fire inside of me is burning and is burned brighter than the fire around me. So our circumstances do not dictate what's next for us. So choosing, and of course, with that, thank you. What a fun time together, sitting around the campfire, remembering who we really are, bringing that realness, that authenticity, the power to everything that we're doing. And this Saturday, just want to also invite you. I've got so many wonderful things. We have great communities around the world. This Saturday will be our 54th consecutive Saturday Women's Success Circle. Oh my goodness, gorgeous, so great. 27 minutes, because the number 27 means new beginnings. So with that, we'll complete our time. I think also the real secret of everything is power together, being powerful together. So thank you for being in our powerful circle today. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to remember the truth about who you are. And I love this, found this, thought it was so cute, is there's only one thing to do. 3 words for you. I love you. We don't say it enough in our business day, but I want to say it today. Thank you for being who you are and bringing your best to our program today. And we'll never know the impact. We're up to like 95,000 views of our clicks and our videos and everything that we're doing. And so the ripple effect, we'll never know. So thank you. And more questions about what's next for you on your path. I've got beautiful global communities of empowered women working together, supporting, promoting, and elevating each other. So set a time with me on Calendly. I'm so easy to find. Kathleen Caldwell. Let's book a time. Let's have a conversation and let's talk about what's next for you. So with that, thank you. Thank you. What a gorgeous time. Thank you very much, Stephanie. My joy. My best to
Thank
you and
you.
your colleagues. Okay. Thank you to
Thanks.
everyone. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.